is by the time we were thinking of helping you, you addressed the money. Voila. You know, so 1.2 within less than 3 months, right? I must say I'm really proud of you.
Okay.
Of all the achievements, I think mentoring you is one achievement that I go down on the grave with the joy and contentment that I did something, you know. Even though I know you don't appreciate it.
I do. I really hate this when Kenyans say, wait, unaona umefika.
Kenyans tell you that.
Yes. This really makes me angry. It makes my brain wants to pop out from my eyes.
So the first time you came back from Germany, how was it with your friends?
It was when I went to Germany, I stayed there for 3 years straight, and then last time I came back. And I was so happy to be back, really happy, but then I came when my friends were at school. So like I didn't really see much of them. But this morning, I came actually from the Netherlands this morning, and I went to my mom's place, and then after I went to visit my brother. And then on the way, I met a friend of mine. I left him here when he was like really this small size, and now he's big. And he was shocked. He was like, John, si umekuwa mkubwa, and he was just repeating this all the time.
He wasn't saying anything.
No, it was just what umekuwa mkubwa, and he was so shocked. But also like for me, I was sad. I don't know. I was kind of sad because like I did not really, you know, like when people take drugs and then their face is kind of turned.
His face changed.
Yeah, and this really made me sad. I mean, I was happy to see him, but like, you know.
You went to the same school or what?
No, we used to play everything. Like we you know, like so we used to like play everything together. Like we had a ground near the river where we used to play kati, katolo and everything. And he was there, like we literally like we were like this close. And then now, and also what he said was nitoleka kitu.
Do you think he was high?
I think so. His eyes were quite red.
The morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he was like, yeah, nitoleka kitu, of which I'm broke. And also this mentality of like if somebody goes Maju, you think that they have money.
But you do have money.
I don't. It's struggle. I have four fucking jobs, you know. It's crazy.
I'm saying you do have money. You just have. The difference is the money you have plans for.
Yes,
that's
also,
what I'm saying. You know, what I'm trying to say here is so people can understand. When you call me and tell me to give you money,
okay, yeah.
When I tell you I don't have it, doesn't mean I don't have it. What I have is for me, and I have plans on what I want to do with it. Yeah, so yes, I mean, looking at your situation, the situation of your peers here, like you'd say you have it.
Yeah.
Attitude of gratitude, you know. Yeah, but then you have plans with the money you have. You have rent to pay, right? You have food to take care of. Life in Holland is very expensive, you know, and right now you basically paying for your expenses and your fees.
Yeah. So the reason why I say I don't have the money is because I don't have savings at all. So if I did have savings, I would say yes, I have money.
But you have flowing money.
I do.
Yeah.
I
don't have money.
You do.
Because you're assuming.
I'm not assuming. I mean, you're assuming I have.
Anyway, money, no money. I think when you last came, there are a few things that you were telling me. I was looking at you and I'm like, for me, everything you say, I look at it and I'm like, yeah, I want to talk to him about it the next 1 year to see his opinion on it. So you had peers with you that I was mentoring, and actually none of them I work with right now.
No.
You have had talks with them. What is it that you gathered from them?
I think also this is really normal with like human beings. Like we have different views, different perspectives of like seeing a situation. And I think with them, it's just like, I wouldn't really judge the situations, but like comparing both sides, there's like a lack of where you meet. You understand things.
Explain.
So like for example, if you have an expectation towards somebody's future or like towards on how this person will be shaped, like for example my brother, you know, like you helped him with this, expecting that he might also like learn from whatever you're trying to help him with, in order for his future to be like good.
Not just learn,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. But like then, also on this other side, they also have another perspective of what they want,
which they are not expressing to me.
Yeah, exactly.
So their expectations within them that are, usually I say like you get disappointed from your expectation, not that people are disappointing. So like if you say, oh, John disappointed me, shame on you, it's because you disappointed yourself. You put your expectation. But like I say, of importance that I wanted you to learn is the attitude of gratitude for every little thing you got. Because I think your generation, I really learned a lot from every situation. Like you say, I make fun of it. I meet these people, all of them are swollen like balloons, and I say hello because I carry nothing with me, and they're really shook. Like, why are you carrying all this sack of nonsense inside you? For somebody who was just trying to help you. I owed none of you, John. I didn't owe you. I didn't owe your brother. I didn't owe all those years from Kibera. I was just trying to, and for me, I feel like everybody in your generation and in the group, I did more than your parents did for you guys. That I know, and that's why I work with contentment and joy. So it's a real struggle, and it makes me happy when I meet you and you're swollen like a balloon, and I'm like, hello, like nothing happened. You're like.
So like the way I was explaining, like that, it really like lack of where you. There's a lack of where you really meet, or maybe also there is like a lack of communication where like, for you I know you know how to communicate, but like sometimes you can be a bit aggressive.
And not aggressive, straight.
Exactly. You're really direct.
Because when you're going to Germany, I told you are alone.
Yeah.
If you need help, but I can't really step in for you.
Yeah, but like there's times that when you see the conversation is not taking you anywhere, or the conversation is just leading to like bullshit or something like this, you become a bit aggressive. I would say, like from my point of view, not this
Give
now.
me an instance.
I don't remember last. I don't remember, but like so like, or like so for example this, and then on the other side of the party, from my view, we didn't have like a really nice, or we didn't just know how to communicate to you. And I think this also kind of like really brought some nonsense and some miscommunication, misunderstanding.
No, I think you guys were too entitled.
Yeah, also like
Even you, when you're leaving to Germany, you had that entitlement.
Money?
No, I mean this kidogo entitlement. I don't mean in terms of you guys. I think I did so much for you guys that you felt like it's a must for me to do. And when I couldn't do it, it was weighing me down. That is something most of you did not see, like helping all of you. I just got to a point, and I think I got this from Salim. Salim told me, no, you can't do this anymore, like, I'm not Jesus, I'm not coming to save you.
But also other thing, like now I really regret, that I also did was, like, sometimes, I remember once we came to like visit you when Badul Connection Estivo. We came to knock at your door, and then we had an expectation that you would let us in, but then you did not let us in, and somebody from us almost cried. Because of this.
Oh, they were
so like, you see, like for example, and then later we started really like, how do you say, when ukiongelea mtu vibaya.
You started gossiping.
Exactly. Like, really deep
mouthing.
Yeah, but mouthing and everything.
But you see, I didn't even carry that. I can't even remember that.
But I mean, also like you didn't know because we did it behind your back. So we were like, yeah, Victor, anajiona, mefika, so.
Mimi nakonga nimefika.
So we're like, yeah, so for example, there were just like some words that were really going behind your back that I knew myself they were wrong.
But you guys were lame.
but we're just like...
But I also I think hearing that from you, it also explains why a lot of young people are stuck in their situations and they can't walk out of it. I think the moment you realize no one is coming to save you, and you really need to walk through the situations that you're dealing with in your life, is the moment you have your breakthrough in life, you know? And I think what you guys don't really understand, your generation, and even people my generation, is disagreeing doesn't make us enemies.
No.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
you know, like, you make great pancakes. If John doesn't think the pancakes are great, and I think they're great, doesn't make me and John an enemy, you know? You disagree to grow, you know? You can disagree to agree. One thing does not make, but I think you guys were carrying a, and I also, now I blame it on myself, and that's why now I'm very easy to disappoint people. Because I was giving you guys way too much. Let's agree, you know. Like some of you, when you came to the group, I don't like to say that, you had not even put on shoes in their feet.
Of course.
And I was even buying shoes for you guys, you know.
But also,
so people thought, but you know that I was making my money from DJ, small businesses, but people thought there was a sponsor somewhere. I mean, the organization just got sponsors like 3 years ago.
But also, there's this point that we were going to Germany. This situation really made me understand you like really fully, like really how much.
I doubt.
No, really. No, the thing is like, to go to Germany, and then we kind of missed our flights, I think, and then you had to like take out 30,000
per person.
Yes, per person, and
for 5 people.
Yes, and this really got into you, I think, because your eyes also turned red, and I was like, oh my days. And then I don't know, we agreed that when we reach Germany, we will give you the money back. But we never did it. So like, I think this really showed me like how much you really, because 30,000 for me, from like 10,000, 20,000, this is a lot of money, like then, you know.
For 5 people?
Yes, for 5 people.
And this is 150,000. And that time, 150,000 was a lot of money. I could buy myself land, you know.
And also still you're like conned, because the receipt said something else and then you give much money than the receipt said, you know. So like this really kind of made me really fully understand.
But that trip, I think, was not just that trip, was over 200,000 on top of everything, because we went and Jim forgot I don't know whose passport at the airport. His passport. And we were charged again, and birth certificate and the camera.
Yeah.
You know, so like, recently I was talking to Jim. He came back, by the way. I think his eyes are open. But the thing is, at Inuka now, we don't have an opportunity for people who had given opportunity and they messed up. They can come back, give back, but we don't really have that opportunity. So in hearing you say that, now years after it happened, it kind of, you know, like open. Because I realized that when I disagreed with all of you, you guys made me an enemy.
Yeah, but also the other thing, to be honest, like coming from my side, because now that I'm continuing to grow, I'm getting to like really understand some stuff. So like, no, to be honest, like when
and this is helpful to the young person watching.
Yeah, so you know, like then I was just, for me, even still, I'm still struggling with it. I used to be a people pleaser. So like when I was hearing like somebody being talked bad about, I would really like also kind of go in with the yeah, exactly. So like then I did not really fully understand even what really life means.
But that's what we do as, you know, most African young people. We just like to badmouth, and you don't want to tell people that the truth is hard to take in, you know, like you tell somebody the truth. Can you imagine if you had a lover and you're telling them, no, I don't see a future with you?
Yeah, it's hard.
It's really hard to take in, but sometimes you're just being honest. You understand? Or you tell somebody like they're in your class and you tell them like, you're not doing good. It's really hard to take, so you have to find a way to tell them, you know, without, I mean, having taught young people. But for me, I think, because your grandmother, my mom, used to tell me the truth every time, like, if you went to the toilet and you came back smelling shit, she'd be like, unanuka mavi. If you went to school and you were number 2, she'd be like, why you not number one? You're stupid, you know. And it really made me strong. But then I realized not everybody can take that. But again, this was my mother, so I'm not your mother. How are you gonna expect tell you the truth? You know, but the truth, actually, one thing that I learned, the truth sets you free.
Yeah.
It might piss me off because you told me the truth, but it sets you free.
Yeah, and this is really what I'm starting to understand it. Like, you know, when I have my opinion and you have your opinion, and then maybe they don't match. Like, it's something that is also happening still in Europe. When I have my opinion and my opinion is not really going with your opinion, then you hate me.
You become at the end of it.
You know, and this is something that I don't really like because, you know, we have differences and these differences make us kind of learn, you know, and yeah. So I think this also it's something.
So yeah, I think even coming back the first time you were still throwing blames on me. Oh, I talked to so and so, they told me this and this about, and I'm like, So now how do you process that?
Like what Sven said or what?
No, like they peers that you grew up with.
Yes,
them
okay.
saying, oh, Victor. Because I don't think you understood last time when you were here.
No. And also like with Sven, you know, we have differences in culture and everything. So like for me, I still even till date don't understand. I understood him 20%, you know.
You don't need to understand.
Yeah, I know. But like he helped me, you know, like he helped my ass. So.
But you don't need to understand. You just need to appreciate what he did for you.
Yeah. So now with Sven, also I learned a lot of lessons. Like for example, he would. At some point, I asked if I could get money for flight to come home, and then he was like, "You can organize that yourself."
Yeah.
Everything you can organize that yourself. So like I complained, and then at some point when I had to organize 9,000 euros, even more, 20,000 euros for the university, that's when it hits me.
That he was training.
Yes, exactly.
He was grooming you towards something great.
So I was like, yeah, I wish I started when he told me to, you know. But then somehow he is a great person, so I kind of copied whatever he's doing because like he's so good at organizing money. He's so good. So I was just like really copying what he was doing, kind of, and how to do it. So like, I don't know, compared to my peers, what they was like here in Kibera, what they were saying about you or I don't know, it's just like for me there are some situations that you really told us something that we disagreed. I don't remember really what situation, but
many situations.
Many that you told us something that now that we didn't do, that now I say I wish we did. For example, me, you told me to really train a lot. But then I did not want to, but I never agreed that I didn't want to. But then now, at some point when I went to Germany, I was like, yeah, okay, so this guy was really preparing me to do something because there you get people who are really greater than you and they are not sympathetic.
They are focusing.
Yes, they are really going. And if I like those kind of people because like I grew on competition. So like if they tell you you're shit, then you're shit. So then that's when like it really hit me.
And Germans can be blunt.
Yeah. So like that's when like it really hit me like, yeah, Victor was really telling me to train. I wish I did train, then I could be like in the same level. So when people telling me like they won't even have the space to tell me I'm shit.
Do you feel like your peers are lame now that you've been in Germany?
When they complain, yes.
Why?
I don't know really, but let us say.
Why don't know go?
I mean, they're my friend.
They need to learn from you. You need to tell them the truth.
I think in some situations, yes.
Like in what situations?
Like, for example,
Well, see, Jim came here and he actually confessed. If I'm lying, am I lying? We can't hear you.
No.
Yeah, he came here in this house.
Yeah.
And he actually confessed that he's really sorry, he was still young.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they are lame. I would say like now they learned.
They learned.
Yeah.
Also, they were learning.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or like they didn't really have the sense of understanding what it was being taught. But now that life really hit them in a different way, it kind of like the message that you gave them that was staying in the back of their head now came forward, and they learned that you were really telling them something that would have helped them.
Why are you asking me?
Yeah, I was asking if like, if you were making the videos in a sense of like, you know, when somebody's watching TikTok or Instagram Reels, for example, me, I like to watch acrobatic stuffs, you know, and this like really kind of satisfies my soul, you know. So like, I was asking if you also do it with the same reason of like satisfying your viewers.
Yeah, I think my life was aligned in a way that I knew how I wanted it to be structured. Having now doing Victors with Victor, for me, it is like I have the clarity, because when I was working with you guys, it was a learning process and doing something for the community. I didn't want to be on media talking about things that I don't have an understanding of. Having traveled the world, having worked with young people and having success stories like yours, with Victors with Victor, I knew I wanted to be able to speak these stories to the world. Reason why I'm having you here is not for, you know, like I barely have. I'm not paid by YouTube yet. And that's not the main intention. Of course, I want to make money from YouTube and from the work that I do, essentially, because now I have bills, but it's not my biggest goal. My biggest goal is to be able to tell stories so young people can learn and they don't go through the mistakes that we made or you guys made. And so then that would be satisfying to me. When I was dancing, I was doing purely performance. So movement and expression shoot through the body, but now I want to talk to people. I want to pass the information you have to these young people who are watching this, so that they learn. Because for me, the community where we come from, I feel like Kibera has been stuck in where we've been for the longest time, because we are constantly complaining and whining and complaining and whining and not making any moves to change the situation, and it is our situation. So for instance, if you were to shit on this table, God forbid, then you complaining about wanting Babu to come and clean it, and you keep complaining, the shit dries and then it gets rained on and it gets wet. You know, like, for me, I feel like that has been the situation over and over. So for me, like, this is really a platform for young people to realize that no one is coming to save you.
Yeah.
You know? So for me, it was really clear that at this point, 10 years, and my goal was to have an NGO set up, which I've achieved, and I'm from Kibera. I mean, I've traveled the world, probably the most traveled Kiberan, or even, I don't know, Kenyans, but Kibera, I look at Kibera, I don't see anyone who's traveled like I traveled, you know? Yeah, it's very nikidogo sana. But I think was to bring this to my community, that if I could do this, because a lot of young people in Kibera think you have to travel when you have a Muzungu girlfriend. You have to travel when you have a sponsor, but I did it through the talent that I have. You got a scholarship through your talent. You went to Germany and you found your way out of Germany, and now you're doing bachelors in arts and performance, you know, in Holland, not through a Mzungu girlfriend, not through a sponsor, but through your talent, what you have. So then, for me, like with Victors, what is it that you can do to your situation before you start crying and screaming for somebody to come and save you? Because I look at the ghetto as a university, but I also look at it as a swimming pool. Yeah. If you're dropped into a swimming pool and you are not doing anything, what is going to happen? You're going to drown and die. But if you're struggling and screaming, somebody might see you and save you. And the struggling and screaming, I look at it as what you have. What is it that you have? Can you use it to reach out to the world out there so that you have something to sell so you can buy? But I feel like most of our people, I mean, I was there before I got to the enlightenment of nobody's coming to save me. We feel like we want to go to the shop, alafu tuseme nisaidie skari, and we are given skari tena urudi pewe mkati hiyo duka zitaanguka mpaka chumvi. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, so for me it's not even rebuking or mocking. And I'm not any different, like, you know, the situation where I grew up, but you know, like, I created platform for young people that I feel like if they were hungry enough to go for it, we could have so many Jones around the world. But people are just lame, you know, they just want more and more and more, and I learned from it. The great thing about it is I think your generation, you guys taught me to know when to say no and know when to give even when I have, you know. Like now I can beautifully tell people that I don't do favors.
No.
We want favors.
Yes, and people need to really understand also when somebody really is struggling and you cannot, I know, and also I adapted it from you. Like when you are suffering, you find like you never show it. Like physically you don't show it, but in there you're really struggling. So like people really need to understand, like if you ask, for example, me money and then I say no, it's not because I don't have it, or like it's not because nothing new, you know. I already, like, I'm struggling also, you know. So if somebody also disappoints you, don't really judge the person really instantly. You need to think twice, or like just ask yourself questions. Why did he or she disappoint me, you know?
Let me ask you a question. If now you just landed, I know people are going to be asking you this. If a friend asks you for a favor and it's money, and you give them, what do you think they feel?
I think they would feel like I still have more, for sure.
And they would feel like you love them.
Yeah.
And it's a very twisted way to look at love.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Now I know. I did not.
You really think giving material or money favors is love? And then if you don't give them,
they will really show their true colors, which the true colors are negative.
which I think is even when you have. For me, I think I'm really enjoying even not doing people favors now, even when I have, because then I know who I don't need around me.
Yeah, of course.
Because I used to have a big circle when you guys were growing. I used to have like so many people that used to depend on me. And I think about it, and Salim actually enlightened me to this. He said, when you keep giving, and you go down and you can't give anymore, what's going to be left of you? And do you think they are going to give you? So I think the essence of everything that I'm trying to say here is no one is coming to save you. You need to save yourself. And for me, when I deny you in a situation that I know I need to deny you, I think I love you so much. But when you don't think so, I think it's good to let you go. It's a waste of love, you know.
But also, I think if you deny me because you want to deny me, there is also still a space there to learn from it. Because can you deny?
I know when to deny. You know, like in denying, I really have to look at the situation that I'm denying. You know, like I've had a friend who was asking for help, and I was like, "Oh, where are you?" So I went to the situation, and I found out, you know, this is a situation this person can handle.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I mean. So can you deny in any space I can deal with this myself?
Yeah, but you see, a lot of people become enemies when you say no to them, which is beautiful. I think, and anyone watching this, you need to say no to a lot of favors so you can know who needs to be gone, you know? Because I think we get a contentment of having so many people around us that really add no value, but they take value. And it's not really genuine because they're loving you because you're giving. And then for me, this is a very twisted way of, you know, it's gotten this generation to think like giving you handouts, it's loving. It's not. I learned the hard way.
And also, you said something about like value, like people who add value and people who don't. So like I think this is also a nice way to kind of be surrounded with, you know, assets and liabilities, something like this. To like be surrounded with the people who like really help you, and then you can, you know, it's kind of like people who you can almost see as a brother, you know.
Yeah.
So I think this is also kind of a nice thing, which I also try to. It's hard because for me to let somebody go, I'm still Jesus. So yeah, so I think this is also really a nice thing in life to like know people who value you and people who don't.
That's really interesting because I mean for me I think it's clear to me. I don't want to be loved for what I give. And if I'm giving you, then what I'm giving you needs to be sustainable. So I'll tell you a story. I used to have this guy is a billionaire friend from China. You're going to China, so I need to connect you to him. He runs a tour company in China. He used to tell me, I want you to come to China. And he has a club in China. At that time when I knew him, he used to drive, I think, a Ferrari. So you know this is like, and he is very young. So one time he asked me, I'd gone for a workshop in Tanzania, and then he was like, what do you want to do for investment?
Okay.
I'm really happy to support.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, how much do you want to give? And he said, you're stupid. He's a very young dude. I think I was 2 years older than him, but super rich. The kid is very rich. And I asked him, why do you think I'm stupid? Because when I say help, you think money.
Yeah.
And money is a very wicked way to help. And I asked, how did you want to support? He said, what do you want to do? I'll give you 2 months to think about it.
2 months?
Yeah. And he called me exactly after 2 months. I was thinking of, what I want to do. But for me, I think then it was clear to me. I had started those small investments, the Manyumba kwa ghetto. It was clear to me that I wanted to have a flat, like a tall building where people can rent, because I know like that's a sustainable asset. I mean, there are risks entailed, but I think that one is, sustainable. So he called me immediately after 2 months, and the plan I had was I looked for land, I think probably a quarter acre, and I knew the price. I wrote it down, and I talked to an architect. They gave me a quotation of how much I would spend in, like having like a 4 floor house, 1 bedroom each was the goal. And so I had all that down. So he called me on video. I was like, hello Victor. So we talk about your investment today.
We'll talk about China next time.
No, he's a great friend of mine. I can't be denied a visa to anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've never been denied. How will I be denied to China? Yeah. So then I was like, are you ready? Like, yes, sure. Alikuwa naitwa Shinjao. I can't remember the name, it's been a while.
Is it the friend that always came to visit you?
No, Shanjun is Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, I think when he came to Kenya, he lived in one of the five-star hotels, I think Intercontinental or something. He's like super rich, the guy is rich. Yeah, because I think in other projects he collaborates with the Chinese government. It's not easy to collaborate with the Chinese government. He's like rich, Ferrari rich that time. Yeah, it's been a while, but I think he opened my eyes. We used to talk on WeChat because they don't do WhatsApp, they don't do YouTube, Yeah, so for me, WeChat is like, I don't know, it's a Chinese thing.
Yeah.
So I don't have WeChat, so we barely have been in contact. But I talk to a friend who talks to him, and I send greetings once in a while. I look forward to meeting him when I go to China. I'll connect you with him when you go to China. Yeah, and then I was ready with my everything, bro. So okay, go ahead.
No.
So then I start my presentation. Thank you very much. I said
Presenting only on him or with the bunch of people also?
No, this guy was a super investor. I'm telling you, this kid was rich, bro. What are you talking about? My head is listening. And I'm telling him land would be and this would be and then I finished and my bill was down. It's like, this is little money. Like, I think I was probably talking about 15 million or 20 million Kenyan shillings, you know. But it's like, this is little money. And I'm like, in my head, what would you think if somebody told you that?
It's little money. I mean, if it's a Chinese, I wouldn't be surprised because they make everything, you know. So money is.
So you would think they're going to give you the money?
But I think also Chinese.
So this is his deal.
Yeah.
He goes, this is little money. I wish you all the best. Then he goes, for me, I want you invest in something that gives me money. So if I put money in something, every year you give me money to travel the world. So you take care of your plane ticket and you know where to stay. And it's good, and you agree for how long, you know? So I'm thinking of something that would be sustainable, that even when the contract ends, I still have that asset with me.
But do you profit from it when you're giving him the money to travel?
Regardless of whether I'm giving him profiting, at the end of the day, if it's a big thing, the asset ends up to be mine, you know? So for me, I was looking at it like when I retire, I have this, you know? And then he's like, but you see, for asset, you go to the bank.
Okay.
You have banks in Africa? Go to the bank. But I really understood what he was saying. For asset investment, go to the bank. Because I think he wanted to put money into something that I can run on a daily basis and then give him money at the end. And then we have an agreement. But I couldn't figure anything out. And you see, that is what led to the idea of having the guest house. So if I thought of that before, then I would have proposed that to him and he probably would have funded that.
Yeah.
Then, because when I started the guest house, it was flowing. Yeah, but I think what I learned from it is every situation that I go through should be an eye-opener.
Yeah.
I never looked at him as an enemy. Because if I looked at him as an enemy, I probably would not have an investment.
And also have like already an idea in your back of your head.
You understand? Because he got me thinking. But I think how people are afraid to think that if you make them think, they become your enemy.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Yeah, so then how did you get the scholarship to Holland?
To Holland. Okay, so this was so there was two scholarships. There was one from the government and there was the grant from the school. And the one from the government is 5,000 euros. Both are 5,000 euros actually, but the government one you get only 1 year. And this, like, almost everyone get it when it's your first time studying in the Netherlands. And I applied for both because I was so scared, so I applied for both. And thanks to you actually still, because you taught me how to write emails and how to like really market myself through writing. So my motivation letter on why I want the scholarship was, I think, good, I would say. And also like how I presented myself in the auditions, like my talent and everything. And because I was like a beggar at audition, because like I had to talk to them and they were like, yeah, why did you choose this school and why do we have to take you and everything. So I was like really quite good in approaching. So I luckily got the school one. So this school one is 5,000 euros each year, which I'm really thankful for. I'm really, really thankful for.
Give a shout out to your school, bro.
Thank you, coders. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Jan. Those are both our coordinators. And thank you, Hannah. She's the director. They're really lovely. Hannah, she's an angel. And she also, I think the school, I would say also, they organized another scholarship from the people who are struggling. So I got a second scholarship, which is 3,000 euros. I'll be getting it each and every single year too. So thanks to them and thank you, Lord. The next year I'm paying 1,000 and something euros instead of 9,000, close to 10,000.
So what's your feel like? Annually.
At the moment. This year I paid full amount. No, this year I paid.
How much are you paying at school annually?
So this year, because I got the scholarship.
No, I mean like put the scholarship and everything. How much is your fee supposed to be every year?
It rises up each year.
Okay.
So this year I paid 8,915.
That's about 1 million
Yeah.
shillings of that.
And next year I had to pay 9,336.
That's about 1.5.
Yeah, and the coming years I don't know.
It's gonna go up, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, reason why I'm saying that it's not to, boast about it, but now that, it makes me happy to see you at a point where I never helped with this fundraising. I helped with emails and how to approach 1, 2, 3, which I think is the essence of help, and for me, that is love, love is not me giving you money.
Love is not.
Because I had money committed to give you last year, this year, yeah. And when I wanted to see where you've gotten to, like even Sally would testify, we had money that we were thinking of giving you, and even our sponsors were like, how can we help him? But we wanted to see what you've done for yourself. The beauty of it is by the time we were thinking of helping you, you had raised the money. Voila. So 1.2 within less than 3 months, right? And you went and did an online fundraiser. I don't know how much you raised, but you also reached out to people and you were able to raise that money. Look at this year, you already have $1,000 to pay for this year. I would not feel very pinched to help you pay that, but I still know you can pay it, so I'm not gonna help you.
Yeah, and also I want to also shout out to Ruth. She's the woman who she donated half of the money.
Yeah.
And she didn't know me at all. I was just friends with her daughter from the school. She didn't know me at all, but she really believed in me, and she's from South Africa. And she gave me much
a lot of money. I know. Yeah, gratitude to Ruth for what you did. If you're watching this, may you be blessed. If you are a believer, may the spirits bless your heart and bless your family and bless you giving your pockets where it came from. Yeah, but what I'm trying to explain here, I mean, to see you be able to raise more than 1.5 a year without, being lame about it, is what I'm trying to explain to any young person watching this. The moment you realize that it's either you take my offer for the flight to come back to Kenya or be a man, that is what changed your life, and you realize that there's no one to save you. By the moment I was letting you go to Germany, I was very content and happy that this guy is good to go. He can handle it. And we didn't agree on so many things even before you left, but I was with time and process, and you see what time has done, Yeah, so then, how is life for you in Holland right now?
This year has been tough, I would say, because I had to change into a new environment, and because of inflation, stuff has gone high. So when my September, my first month, I had to make a lot of sacrifices. So for me, I'm born in Kibera, so I know already what struggling is.
Okay.
So one of the sacrifices I made was food-wise. So I was I'm going to spend, I budget myself, so I said I'm going to spend 50 euros per month for food, which some people really think it's impossible. So this meant I will eat once or twice a day. So it's heavy, but I'm still living, And I had 4 jobs at some point. And it has been also nice and fruitful, and really God has had me a lot. Because also my classmates, we are 16 in the class, and we're like a family. We understand each other, and I'm really grateful for that. We really connect.
I think, John, money is another interesting thing that for me, I think hearing you saying, I budget, takes me back to when I would travel and leave you at the guest house when you were still in primary school. And I would give you money, and I would come back and be like, how did you spend this money? And you would break it down. You understand?
Yeah.
So now seeing you do that for yourself makes me happy because now you understand why I was. Because sometimes when you give people money and you're like, I want to know how you're spending it, they think you're petty.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I have this struggle with so many people, even family, you know this. Like, I don't mind giving you money, but I need to know how it's spent because this is what happens. And it's also good for you to learn. When you give people money, you don't hold them accountable. Tomorrow they come back.
Yeah.
Give me money, you don't hold them accountable. Tomorrow they come back. And then you make it a routine. So the day you say no, which a lot of people don't, you know. A lot of people just want to give to impress. But I've realized that there's a routine of giving that if you give somebody 100 bob today, tomorrow they want 200.
Yeah. And then they will keep on.
You know, and it's for nothing. I don't mind giving, but I don't think that is the loving way of giving.
No, it's not.
Yeah, and it's not a sustainable way of giving. And for me, I think it's actually a wicked way of this. There's a wise man who once said, don't give me fish. You understand?
Yeah.
And teach me how to fish, you know. But I think people misunderstand, especially people from where we grew up. Now you're in Holland. It's not like you're very comfortable. You're making things work for you. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And then people feel like at your level you owe them. You owe nobody nothing.
No.
You know?
No.
And when you give, that's why when you give, people don't take with gratitude. They become entitled to it. So entitlement is a very bad thing. People don't walk with the gratitude. They feel like you owe them. That's why they'll be like, hey John, I need a favor. And you're like, hey, what's the favor? 500 shillings. Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
There's no argument about it. If I'm giving you money now, you need to tell me when you're giving it back.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you need to do something for me to give you that money. You understand? So that mentality, if we keep talking to young people so that they can, because I mean in Germany I don't see kids, even parents send them away at 16, some even at 12, they're like, go find your own house, you know.
Yeah.
But here we're living with our parents up to 30,
Yeah.
25, and we are very entitled. And if we are leaving our parents' home, we're like, oh, my parents sent me away, they don't love me, I'm depressed, I'm gonna kill myself. You've not seen this?
I have.
A grown man at 30 crying that he's depressed because he's been sent out of their home. For me, I think that's really lame, and I think it's something that we need to talk about more often, but also parents need to limit the expectation of the kids.
Yeah.
Because John, if I'm gonna help you know how to climb a tree, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna hold you the first time, second. The third time, I'm gonna let you drop like a dead body. Till you bust your ass open.
Yeah. Okay.
Then you realize I need to hold this grip track. The fourth time you're gonna climb, you're gonna be careful. And I think that is love, you know. For me, love doesn't have to be unconditional. Nobody loves unconditionally. Let's not lie to ourselves.
No. Yeah. And also, like you said, parents need to expect less from their kids. I'm really grateful also for my mom because she really understands me. Because like, from there is also a classmate of mine from Morocco. He's even struggling more than I am struggling, and you know,
Sending money home.
yeah.
So funny.
So
Sorry.
so yeah. So
But it's a choice he's made.
yeah, I know, but like it's just sometimes to like really explain to people that, because you know, like for us, the way we are, you know, we are brought up to think, or like into the mentality that we need to also take care of our parents, which I think it's nice, or like, but the way
It's
we are
African.
brought, yeah,
It's
exactly.
African.
So we're brought up like this, that we stick with this empathy. So when you meet somebody from a different country in Africa, and then you're trying to like explain them, your parent don't owe you anything or something like this, you know, you know. So like it's hard for them to like.
You don't owe your parent anything.
Yeah, exactly. So like to get out of this mentality is so hard, you know, like to get off the grip from the empathy that you think, oh, my parents like this. So I don't know, because like I was telling my brother today in the morning that you need to help yourself first in order to help. Yeah, and then in order to help another
That's
person.
beautiful to hear, because I used to tell you the same.
Yeah, you need to like really be firm first, because if you're not firm
And stable.
and then how would you expect a small tree to hold a big tree? It's
That's
impossible, you know.
Mm.
So you need to like really have good foundation in order to help other people. This I got from the flight thingy. When they say if you're a parent, put yours first and then put, you know.
Yeah.
I was questioning myself, why is it like this? Why is it the parent put your child first, the thingy, I don't know how you call it, and then put you second? But then at some point I came to the conclusion that what if the parents
The
run
oxygen,
out of,
in case of an emergency.
Yeah, so what if the parent runs out of oxygen while putting the child, and then she or he collapses? The child will die. So that's why you need to help yourself first and then help the child. So I don't know, it's the same thing.
But it explains also why you're alone. You have to take care of yourself first.
Yeah.
So you can take care of, another person. You know? So yeah, I think it's really beautiful having these conversations with you, and then to see the enlightenment that are. For me, I think the contentment I get is seeing the person that you become. Because you always feel like, oh, I helped you. No, you really helped me be the person that I am. And to really see this coming to play right now with where you're at, I might not be as richer, but when I think about you raising 1.5, that is the richness that I have, like,
Yeah, don't go feel some broke.
Not 2 million, don't say that, bro. you talk into your real, like raising 2 million. I look at that as in my account, I have a plus 2 million every year. Yeah, because I walked you through the journey of being able to do that. You understand what I mean? So that's what richness is for me. I'm really interested to understand and get to really know. I want to know, like, what is it that you envision for yourself after your school in Holland?
So my biggest, like, something that I'm really valuing now in my life, that I think I'm still not, something that I really value right now, it's me getting accepted in big circus companies. Because I would really love to, like, work with, there is a circus company called Gom Circus, and there is like Circus du Soleil or something, so like these are really huge.
Circus du Soleil is huge.
Yeah, it's really huge. So
Gom and Circus du Soleil, if you're watching,
Seven
would
Fingers.
love to work with you in future.
Yeah. So,
and Seven Fingers, yeah.
So like this also, it's really nice to have it because it pushes me, because I know they want good, like really strong acrobats or like blah blah blah, like really rich in skill people. So like it really helps.
It's high level circus in performance.
And other thing that I really envision myself is really helping people.
Why do you want to work with these circus companies?
Because they travel a lot, and I think.
So you want to travel?
I would love to, yes, and like meet new culture and everything, and also work, because these are just companies not for 5 people. The companies with like 20 plus people. So like I would love to work with, and it's not just from one place, they're different places. So I would love to like also like really connect with them, and work together also in some sense. And yeah.
Essentially, I really want to understand, just connect and work with them then.
And then maybe like through that I will also like work. So it's like both, I will be training and working at the same time, So like this is kind of a lifestyle that I'm like longing for, I think. Because I think also when I finish school, I will love to need a break of organizing stuff for myself.
What do you mean?
Like organizing some jobs for myself, organizing money still for myself. So like if I audition for this circus companies and then they accept me, this would be like kind of a break, Because like the company plus me, we will be looking for the job together.
For how long do you want to work with them if you get an opportunity?
As long as my body could still stand it.
So forever.
Yeah.
What I'm getting from you is like from here to Germany, Germany to Holland, Holland to Osaka's company. I haven't heard you talk home, which doesn't have to be the case.
Home,
but what is it that you envision for home?
For home, I would love to. Okay, I've always dreamed this since primary to start a children's home, and then start the same thing that Sven started with school, kind of almost the same.
So children's home. When you say children's home,
children's home like children's orphan, like to help, because here I feel like there is some, like in Kibera there is a lot of single parents who like really like they struggle a lot to also like raise their kids. So like I would love to also like build up a school, not really particularly children's home, but like a school to like kind of help these single mothers to guide their children in kind of not raise them, but like half raise them, but through circus, you know. And this I would love to do it after working because I need money for it.
Okay, so you want to establish a home that will help guide children. What would that look like? And what is the goal when you say like you want to help raise them?
Because I feel like
what is it that you saw in Kibera that's amazed that you want to bridge with these children?
Because I feel like this slum has so much potential because we have so many youth, so many kids who like at the moment, the friend that I met today in the morning, I know when we were kids, he used to be energetic. We used to like make these small cars from wires together, you know. For example, these are skills that I think if we continue to like bring a value in life. So I feel like now in Kibera there's a lot of youths and children who like go astray, you know. Because like for example, I'm lucky to have you and my mom in my life, but like I feel like if I was a bad like influence, then the younger generation will kind of follow me, you know, as a bad influence. And this is something that I would love to wipe away. I would love to come back and build this home, kind of, to like really give children the vision of like really, this is the thing.
When do you want to come back? You're in Holland, you want to go to a circus company?
The thing is like for the home I need money, you know? So like I need to like work first and then see how it goes, step by step.
So you want to work, save, and then come start a children.
Exactly.
Okay. That's really interesting. I don't know what that looks like, but I think it's clear in your head. Parenting is one thing. One thing that I've learned that I'd like to tell you is be a safe space for people, but do not be a therapist or be a parent to people. You understand what I mean?
I'm actually...
Okay, I'm gonna try and explain to you.
No, I understood it, but the way you said it, I'm the opposite. I am the therapist.
Yeah, you're trying to be the therapist, which I was to so many people. And this also goes to relationships. Like, if you want to do something with someone, be certain that you guys meet at a certain juncture, not you chasing them.
Of course,
you understand? So the person that you're doing anything with needs to understand the essence of doing what you're doing, you know. And it's okay if you do not align to that. Then, you know, like you don't have to. It is not a must that I have to work with you. If our visions do not align, and we cannot sit down and talk and articulate things. And most importantly, I think it's for people to say things that they mean. People to say things that they follow through it. This is very different from blackmailing, you know, like some people would blackmail you, but you're not a person of your word, but they've gone astray, you know, like be certain that you're not committing for lifetime. Even with record deals, that is what a lot of artists have been complaining about, like you're tied, don't be tied in work or anything that you're doing. You want to be free. The best thing you can do for yourself is freedom. You understand? Sometimes when you're really a support or a therapist to somebody, they tend to cling on you and hold on you.
Yeah.
So then you're tied to them, that you know, like leaving them, you put them in a very fragile situation, that leaving them, people enjoy blaming, you know, and that's what people want to do. When I see people blaming, it's like, you have a problem, you know. You have a problem, and then it tells you that no, this I need to go away from. And I learned it from your generation, because after years of giving and giving and giving, when COVID came and I couldn't give, I realized that I was not helping these people, because nobody was even saying thank you for everything I did. Everybody was blaming me for what I wasn't doing. And not thinking that I didn't have. COVID was here, I wasn't getting money, I wasn't traveling, you know? So then I was like, yeah, this is beautiful. It's time to stop giving.
I'm happy the way you're learning from the negatives.
I mean, I learned a lot of beautiful things. I don't hold nothing against you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have learned the things I've learned. Now I meet people and they really think, oh, this guy is mean. Just because I'm telling you I can't help you, or I want to guide you, but I want you to take responsibility of your shit.
Yeah.
You understand?
And also, somehow I'm so amused the way you learned from us as kids.
There's so much to learn. I learn a lot from my little girl, you know.
Yeah.
So I learn a lot from the kids that I work with. Sometimes I go to the studio and John is teaching or Babu is teaching, but I'm just observing. But I'm learning a lot from the kids. So, and the mindfulness did not just come from nowhere. I think seeing you guys raising, because I have old pictures of you guys, and even hearing, you know, like a lot of the b-boys. Now I go to the b-boys event in Kenya are full with 90% from our program.
Yeah.
Babu, tell me if I'm lying.
It's true.
But no b-boy from Kibera has ever gone on screen and acknowledged that they were student of. You understand? Which for me makes sense. I saw an interview of another student saying, oh, I learned breaking from Malindi. But this person was my student, your generation, you know, that I took to Malindi from 7. You understand? And in the interview they don't have. So attitude of gratitude, which leads to blessing. So when you realize somebody really struggling in their situation, then you have to find the connect. This person is in denial of something, or they burnt a bridge somewhere. Regardless of how small or weak the bridge was, you need to appreciate, John, everywhere you came from, and you need to give back. And that's the essence of the question I was asking you. What is it that you're doing back at home? I know you're doing a lot for your family, and I'm really proud of where you've gotten to. But also I think essentially when you're able to, not now, when you're able to, like I wouldn't let you support the community now, it would be stupid, you're not stable. But when you're able to think about what you can do for the community, even if it's one student in the program that you want to fully sponsor every year, it's only $1,000, probably less than that, to support a kid a year, you know? So when you're able to, I think even if you're going to the circus company, you need to think of a seed that you need to plant. Because I had the opportunities to be in the biggest breakdance groups in Chicago. I had an opportunity to go perform in China. The opportunity you got in Germany, I had it before you. You remember? And I said no to it. But then I turned it around and I planted a seed on you. And that is what now has fulfilled my purpose in life. So what I'm trying to say is, now you're a seed that is growing into a tree. Get fruits, drop them so people can pick them and celebrate them. When you drop fruits, be careful, because kila fruit iko na mbegu. Mbegu yako hutaki kutupa kwa moto. Ukitupa kwa moto,
go forward.
Itachomeka, si ndio? You want to throw it in a fertile soil, on a fertile soil. When you water it, it grows into. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I do.
If you understand what I'm saying, you can let us know in the comment section. Yeah, but beautiful, beautiful. How is your family looking at you right now?
they're happy to see me again. No, yeah, like my mom, my brother are just my family for now, and now, yeah, they are my family actually. And I think, I don't know this, but like from the experience and from the energy that I'm getting around them, they really look up to me now, as if I'm the dad, you know.
But you're the last one.
I know.
You turn things
I know.
around. How does it feel for you?
It feels nice to have that opportunity to like really be seen like somebody who can be depended on, but also this, I'm really being careful that it doesn't really become a burden for me, because I think at some point I don't want it to reach a point that maybe like, yeah, send us money, send us money.
What is it that you are doing to avoid that?
To avoid it?
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. The thing that with my brother, like my mom, I'm really lucky to have her. She really understands. She really understands. Also, like sometimes we will be in the call, and then she's like, I just say, I want to send you money, and she's like, do you have enough? You know?
I know your mom
So
for being
sometimes-
selfless.
Yeah.
She's not selfish, so.
So this, I'm really happy for it. It's just, it might reach a point that they might forget because people change.
I don't think your mother would change in that.
Yeah.
Your mother is a giver, she's not a receiver that
I know,
much.
I
And
know.
everything she gets, and that I got from her, she gets everything, she appreciates it.
Yeah, but-
regardless of how little it is.
But it's not only my mom, there's also my brother, you know.
Yeah, but your
But also my brother is
your
also another, yeah,
responsibility.
exactly. I know, but like,
You're younger than him.
I know, but like, it's just now, I don't really,
You don't know me. Oh,
no,
you made it.
I know, but like, I don't really like the life that he's living now.
Then change it. Be the Jesus.
No, I don't want to do it. It's just that it's really hard, you know, when you have a therapist and then you're blocking the therapist from helping you. It's the same thing, because like for me, I find, I'm not a therapist, yeah, but like,
When you talk to your brother, what does he want?
I don't understand, this is the thing. I
He has
don't
to
really,
understand. You can't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can't be a therapist to people, and you can't be Jesus to people.
I know.
There was only one Jesus. Jesus Christ, son of Joseph. Yeah. There was only one Jesus.
But
So if
the
you're
thing
trying
is
to be Jesus, then well and good.
But
I wish you well, son of Mary. Mother of Jesus.
no, the thing is like, yeah, he is a grown-up, but like also at some sense, I would love to help him, because there is no one who would help him if it's not,
There's no one who would help him. I've tried to help him.
if it's not the family,
Yeah.
you know,
But what essentially, I'm not telling you to not help your brother. I love your brother to the core.
I love him.
He's like, people know him for being he's our last born. I'm the last born, but he's the last born. You know that, yeah? Yeah, because we grew up with him, you know, like, he's like my little brother. But then I think now he's a man, and just like your man, he needs to man up. He needs to know what he wants. So if you're helping him, you need to help him in doing what he wants to. You understand?
But also the same,
Where do you want to see him?
in the same level I am now.
Okay, which is
But
not
also-
possible. Mikono hazitosha.
Yeah, I know, but like, okay, kuna kenye
It's
nimesema
not
before.
possible, bro.
Wait, you know, like for example, you tried to help him to achieve whatever he wanted, but then he did not achieve it. So if I would help him achieve whatever he wants, which was already tried, not once, not twice, but it never happened, I know for sure with me, it might not also. Maybe, not for sure, but like maybe, it might not.
So this is the thing, you know, John, I traveled the world, did performances, but I never got to the level of performance training, or rather, I never got the purpose that you're getting right now. You understand?
Yeah.
That means, like, I did what I could do. A lot of people look at me the way they look at me, but then you achieved a higher level of what I could do. You understand? So maybe my strategy around helping him was not right. And that doesn't mean you cannot help his situation.
Okay. Yeah.
You understand? You could probably change the situation by looking at the situation in a different way. What I'm trying to tell you is that you do not want to be the person to tell him, hey, I want you to buy a motorcycle or a bicycle, and go and do ngware. Carry people from Nyalenda to the lake. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're going to buy him a bicycle. Or you want to buy him a motorbike and think you're helping him and tell him, like, look.
I think that will happen first when I have a house.
No, but what I'm trying to explain to you, you need to grasp it. He needs to know what he wants. And if he wants a motorbike, I'm not saying you want a motorcycle, but if he wants a motorcycle, motorcycles can be taken on loan. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you can facilitate maybe a quarter of the loan and then he works to pay for the rest. For me, I think that's how love works. You help somebody help themselves. And if you realize that 2 months down the line, the motorcycle has been taken and this person is not ready to help themselves. Everybody has to get up to a point. Some people might break, might not make it through, but I think the best and the right way to give sustainable support is to help people help themselves.
Yeah, but also it's hard to try to help somebody if you don't understand what they want.
You don't need to understand, they need to understand.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. You know, I will try to. I get you. It's just, I try. You know, when you're trying to speak to someone, but like you don't even see the end where you know. It's like I'm trying to like really, you're running a marathon, yeah? And then I'm trying to like really see where you're going to end, where your finish line is, but I can't see it.
It's because I don't know where I'm going.
Yes, and if you don't...
What you're doing is, you know, like I lock this door and you're trying to break in. I have to open the door for you. Or I lock it and you're outside and I'm asking you to come in. How are you going to come in? Huh? But thank you for the pancakes, they are very delicious. So as we wind up, what should you tell young people that you grew up with, or young people your age? What would be your advice to them?
Think smart or clever. I mean, there's so many things in this life that will really distract you from how your parents raised you, or like what, because parents know what is good and what is bad for you, and there is a lot of things that will around you that will always try to distract you from the path that your parents is like trying to learn you in. So try to think smart. Yeah.
What else?
And other thing is attitude for gratitude.
Attitude of gratitude.
Yeah, attitude of gratitude.
When you say attitude of gratitude,
I say try to always say thank you in any situation if it's also negative, because we also learn from the negative.
Don't curse God because your brother is dead. Don't curse God because your parents are dead. Mm-hmm. But be grateful that they were able to give back to you. Yeah?
Yeah.
So it was nice having you.
It was a nice conversation. We never spoke like this.
Yeah, and this is a dream come true. I was hoping to really get this from you. I think this is very satisfying to me. The other time when I was flying from France to Kenya, I was thinking to myself, what if I crash on the plane? And what is it that I would be remembered for? And then I realized that I don't need to be remembered. No. I think I need to have the contentment within myself to know that I have done enough to be ready to be gone. That when people write RIP, then they really mean rest in peace.
Because maybe rest in pieces.
Yeah, because I really worked, so I need to rest, you know. Yeah, I'm really content with the work, and I think this is the epitome of my purpose in life, seeing you achieve things to the greater heights that you are right now. Yeah, I wish you all the best, and I hope your peers who are watching this are also able to emulate, because I think they're still young. Most of them are in their early 20s, if not.
Yeah, and so also one thing is that your relationship with God is all that matters. You don't have to fit in with everyone. As long as relationship with God is strong, it's fine.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
I didn't know you became this.
I did. I did.
Yeah, thank you very much for being in the show. Ladies and gentlemen, on Victor's with Victor today we had John Wino, who is also born bred in Kibera. From Kibera to Germany, Germany to Holland, now doing bachelor's in circus performance and movement. Yeah, thank you very much for being in the show. All the best.
Thank you.
How do you say all the best in German or in Dutch?
All the best. Viel Glück.
Viel Glück.
It's like good luck.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you, by the way. If I never said it, I said it. Please, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe, comment, like, and share with us your opinion. Thank you very much.